Meanwhile, in Germany, Eintracht Frankfurt, flying high at the moment, managed to beat defending champions Bayern Munich by 2-1. Craig and Stevie still with us. Jan Aage Fjortoft joins the show as well. Jan, as a former Eintracht Frankfurt striker, you must have thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah, it was fantastic, especially the 21st minute of the game. They dominated Bayern, and Kamada 1-0, and then a fantastic goal from Jonas brought them up to 2-0. But you always expect Bayern to come back. And of course, Lewandowski scoring after 52 minutes, and you think, well, it's going to end 2-5 then, normal Bayern. But this is not normal Bayern. They had a 3-3 against Bielefeld at home, and now they're losing to Eintracht Frankfurt. And if RB Leipzig tomorrow can win, maybe we could have a little battle in Germany.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, for everyone? Craig, as Jan mentioned, when Lewandowski scored, you thought, oh, that's it. You know, Bayern are going to come back and win this game, as we've seen them do, of course, on previous occasions this season. But they didn't. Why didn't they?
Because they don't have the cutting edge that they've had at this moment in time. They without Thomas Müller as well, who's quarantining with the COVID since he's returned from the Club World Cup. So there was no Serge Gnabry either. So there's a few different factors in there. Obviously, lost Thiago to Liverpool, a few months ago. So he's a playmaker for them. People talking about him at Liverpool say, he still does this. You don't get the medals that guy's won without being a great asset to the team. So lots of different factors. But quite frankly, Dan, this game could have been dead and buried at half time. I mean, that was how many times Eintracht Frankfurt got in. Every time they went forward, they looked as if they were going to get in. They scored some great goals. Yes, Kevin Trapp had to make some good saves when required. But yeah, I like you and everybody else thought when Lewandowski put it in, well, that's Eintracht Frankfurt's number up now. But no, they hung in. And in fact, they could have added to their tally before the end of the game.
First half, Steve, there was only one team in it. What was wrong with Bayern?
I'll tell you what was wrong with Bayern. Sule was playing right back. That's what's wrong with Bayern. I mean, listen, you can argue that in the middle of the park, Bayern are struggling to control anything. They were the same against Bielefeld. But when you don't have the ball in the middle of the park, the opposition has it, and you're playing Sule at right back against Kosic, who just wants to go at him and get it past him and whip balls in, then you're in big trouble. And that's pretty much what they did. They just kept firing that ball out to that left-hand side. Kosic went at Sule, and then chaos ensued. And even the second goal, when Sule wasn't wide and was in the middle, he didn't close Yunus down, and he just stuck it in the top corner. So, combination of playing players in the wrong spot, plus no control in the middle of the park. And again, you boys have said it. I thought when Lewandowski scored, I was looking at 2-2. But 5 minutes after that, things went back to kind of normal, and there really wasn't an awful lot between the two sides. And of course, Stuttgart should have had a penalty. How you can look at a VAR and not see multiple fouls here by Alphonso Davies, never mind a foul, multiple, and then end up giving Bayern a throw-in is way beyond me.
Dan, Stevie's moved on from Sergio Ramos to Niklas Sule now, and he's
very much so.
Player that he most wants to honestly get the knife into.
I actually felt bad for the guy. I'm like, why is he out there? I mean, he's like, what have I done to deserve to be stuck wide against a guy who just wants to run at fullbacks? And certainly wants to run at me. I mean, there comes a stage when it's not his fault.
Yeah, but it's a point as well, boys. We are talking down Bayern, but I think that we just have to talk a bit about Frankfurt as well. They were missing their top scorer, Silva. He wasn't in there. Jovic had not a great game, but he was there. I think the key to Eintracht Frankfurt at the moment, they are solid, they are good organized. With Kamada and Jonas in that position behind the striker, they are hard to take on. And Kostic, I mean, he's on fire at the moment with his assist and, like Stevie was saying, taking people on. And I'm so impressed with Eintracht Frankfurt now. They were before this round 9 points ahead of Dortmund, but now Dortmund, of course, bounced back. But it's just unbelievable to see this Eintracht Frankfurt team, who has been reinvented the last couple of years, being up there with the best boys in Germany.
I have to say, Dan, it does look awkward watching Niklas Sule play fullbacks. Not the first time I've seen him do it this year. He's done it on more than one occasion, but it just doesn't look right. And as Stevie said, he's clearly like a fish out of water out there. But I know they're short of numbers, Bayern, but one of the things I thought he might have done when Goretzka was coming on, I thought, oh, he's putting Kimmich back to right back, because we know, like Philip Lahm was in his day, can do the full back and the midfield job probably equally as well as each other. And I thought, oh, he's putting Kimmich to right back because Kostic is a big threat, but he didn't do that. And quite frankly, I got the feeling when that VAR decision was made that Karl-Heinz Rummenigge had just barreled his way into the VAR room, whatever it was, and sloshed the guy out the way and went, I'm dealing with this. Because tell me a player that goes to ground on this kind of scenario, whether the contact is intentional or not, and as Stevie said, there was a little pull, then there was contacts with the leg, intentional or not. How the hell? I mean, Derek Ray tells us everything in Germany's the greatest. How the hell can they look at this and not see that it's a penalty kick? It didn't cost Eintracht Frankfurt in the end, but what you have here is, oh yeah, the big boys always get the right decisions, they always get the big call, and it's hard to argue when you see something like this.
But we have Craig, you and me, Craig, we had a discussion on Twitter about that situation. Of course, it was a clear penalty. It was a red card for Davis. And of course, the boy would have liked to score that goal against Bayern. But if Derek is saying that everything is perfect in Germany, ask him about the first head of VAR there. He was fired. He was fired because people thought he was a Schalke fan. Can you imagine that in Germany?
God, Steve, last word on this.
I was wondering. I thought some of the substitutions were strange. As Craig's saying, I thought that was a certainty. Kimmich going to right back. That didn't happen. And you're 2-1 down with a few minutes to go, and you take off Sané and put on Javi Martinez. I was thinking, why would you do that? He'd already taken Kingsley Coman off and put Hernandez on. I'm thinking, that second one just threw me for a loop. I'm thinking, this makes no sense whatsoever. So Hansi Flick's got to have to look in the mirror as well.